Guadalupe's dad. No kidding.
Guadalupe, yeah. The Corneros,
So,
There's the...
start off
I
with
can't remember that.
FMC, man. That has to be.
Oh.
Oh, I really like it though.
Oh man, the FMC harvester is amazing.
All right. Kim, you want to start?
There you go, Kim. So it starts with the lean-to.
Top left-hand corner.
Top left-hand corner, those are that's the native tribe.
Yep.
And they're sometimes referred to as Patwin, but Patwin means native people, and it's a Wintun word. Patwin. And then you have Los Californios, that would be the Mexican and Spanish land grant families. So that would be from, let's see, 1769 to 1821. And some of the names you might recognize are Peña, Vaca, Berryessa, Vallejo, Solano, Armijo. Then you have the establishment of the railroad in 1868. And what happened is you had 3 townships. You can see the map of Solano. And you had Silvyville, Tremont, and Main Prairie,
Yeah.
which merged to where Dixon is today when the railroad was established. And as such, they would move the buildings and homes on these logs pulled by mules. And the church we were just in is that church right there.
Oh, really?
Whoa, I didn't know.
Silvyville, 3 miles. That's really. Yeah.
It was rolled in from Silvyville and 3 miles away.
Now, when Silvyville existed, though, just above the mules, you'll see a small little monument. It was a stop for the Pony Express. They had it there for just a year and a half.
1860 to 1861.
Wow.
Pony Express stop, and my parents actually live there, where you see the Pony Express.
Really?
And the reason the railroad stopped here at one time was because Thomas and Jane Dickson, and notice the last name D-I-C-K-S-O-N,
Yeah.
they donated 10 acres of land, and what happened is the railroad signs plus a misspelled package plus literature papers from San Francisco were all spelled D-I-X-O-N, and they kept that because it was shorter and simpler. In the mid to late 1800s, a lot of German and other European families that came out established, farms, and they had wheat and barley pulled by mules.
And so the town was established in 1868, which is at the very front of the train. Okay.
And that's a steam train, of course. And then during World War II, while the U.S. soldiers were abroad, and there was a program that brought workers from Mexico, starting in, 1942.
Oh.
And the program lasted until 1964. And bracero brazo is arm. So bracero is someone with strong arms, or someone who uses his arms to work. And you can see them picking tomatoes by hand. They would be paid per lug box, 25 to 50 cents a lug box.
Wow.
And then the others working there with the short hoe, as they're weeding the sugar beets. So we kind of have sugar beets, and then and then the sheep represent the sheep industry, of which Dixon's called Liontown. The sheep have been here since the early 1800s as well. And a lot of Basque families came over and helped with the sheep industry. And then you have the modern tomato harvesting, and there were what we say we have inside a timeline, and we have farmers, we say Filipino, Japanese.
Can I put a NF right here?
That actually is Colleen. She painted her dad and her nephew. So she might get a little upset by that because it is the Nose family.
Yeah.
No, I know. I can see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised it doesn't say
No.
GF on it then.
Yeah.
In the early part,
She strategically put her last name
Oh,
there.
I know.
in the early part of the 1900s, this was a dairy city actually, a lot of dairy farms. And that's why they provided milk for Sacramento and San Francisco, and then from there sprung up the famous restaurant, the Milk Farm.
And Nancy Berry, she was a former slave, and when she was free, she came out to Dixon with the Duke family, and she was a midwife and a nurse. And when she arrived, she also established a restaurant and a catering business and an ice cream shop, which was located where First Northern Bank is today, right on the corner of A Street and First Street. And then you have, this is John Fong, and we
And
met
his family
some of
was
his
there today.
family today. And they had party market.
Like I used to give me, he used to give me hot dogs.
Yes,
out
hot
of
dogs.
out of a butcher.
Right. Right. Yeah, so he was a beloved member of the community, and we know
Well, it used to be just over there.
Yeah.
just a block away.
It's now a little square.
And the square is called Party Plaza. And Party is actually, they are cousins to the Ganos family.
Oh, really?
And John Party is a
Country western singer now.
country western singer. But they kept their name because they were so grateful that there was a family who was willing to sell to a Chinese family, a Chinese American family. And in Dixon, there was a large Chinese American community, who had stores and dry cleaning and restaurants. So there was Jumbo Market, People's Market, and Party Market. Rainbow Market at one time. And we had Kim and Ned's. So, yeah, a lot of different.
Yeah.
So, kind of our goal was to include as many cultural groups as possible.
Yeah.
How long has it been up? How long has this been up?
This went up September 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Just over a month.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
just over a month.
And it's been well received?
Well received.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I love
It's
it.
gorgeous.
And also people who are used to as models. The older Winton lady is a woman called Pam who lives here in town, and the younger Winton lady with a fish on her back, that's her daughter.
That's really cool. Beautiful.
And I know
Just
because Colleen painted it, she put her dad and her nephew.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was hoping that.
Well, that's one of the things that Kim's had a huge passion on. Another reason why we don't
I do give acknowledgement, not by family
You'll see it.
but cultural group.
There's
Right there.
Oh, there is.
You get to paint
The German family who said it would be.
It's nice though to see
We don't really care about
lots of
having 40s and 50s, who cares? But she's really pushed and pushed.
John,
She has been president of this. She encapsulates all the different cultures.